if you'd like to hear any lore, make sure you're in the Discord. Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, because I record on Wednesdays, I will ask a question on one of those 3 days. First person to get the question right gets to pick lore for the week, and this week's lore is on Boulder City. Now, in 1930, the town was erected to house the workers that were there building the Boulder Dam. Now, I know what you're thinking. What the hell is the Boulder Dam? Because that's exactly what I was thinking. Now, let me get the exact Wikipedia article up. So I get all of my Fallout lore off of fallout.fandom.com, but I get all of my Hoover Dam lore on the actual place at en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Hoover Dam. And this is like the first paragraph of the Hoover Dam. I will do a lore segment on just the Hoover Dam from Fallout. But the Hoover Dam is a concrete arch gravity dam in the Black Canyon of the Colorado River on the border between the United States, the U.S. states. So the United States, that I've never thought about it like that. Between the two U.S. states of Nevada and Arizona. It was constructed between 1931 and 1936 during the Great Depression. It was dedicated on September 30th, 1935, to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Its construction was the result of a massive effort involving thousands of workers and cost over 100 lives. It is referred to as the Hoover Dam after President Herbert Hoover in bills passed by Congress during its construction, but was named Boulder Dam by the Roosevelt administration. The Hoover Dam name was restored by Congress in 1947. So, it was originally called the Boulder Dam. So there you go. There's a little U.S. history for you. It was built to this town, the town of Boulder City, which is a real town, was built to sustain 5,000 working people. In 1931, it was formally founded, the town, and work began on the dam. It was a publicly owned city by the Bureau of Reclamation and 6 companies incorporated. Now, if I remember correctly, 6 companies is a real company, and the Bureau of Reclamation is a real-ass government agency, the USBR, that has 5,000 employees. Its annual budget is $1.17 billion. Its commissioner and deputy commissioner are currently vacant positions, and it was started in 1902. I've never heard of this. And that's because I've never lived in a state that uses the Bureau of Reclamation until this year. It's pretty much the Great Plains and West. So whatever's Texas and North and then West. Good. Great. Fine. It's the Department of Interior's like subset. Cool. I live in a weird-ass country. It had a strict ban on alcohol due to prohibition of the time, and visitors needed a special pass just to get in. It was a very tightly locked down city. By 2077, Boulder City survived the Great War almost untouched. And in 2277, at the first Battle of Hoover Dam, it was pretty much a sleepy town. The citizens of Boulder City had left, and the town was packed with explosives as a trap for Caesar's Legion. Chief Hanlon lured them in, and the town crumbled because of the explosion, and it cut the Legion forces off all the way back across the Colorado River. Now, I looked up where the Hoover Dam is, where Boulder City is, and where the strip is. There's a picture on screen of what I took off of Google Maps, because, like I said, Boulder City's a real place. The thing that I didn't understand is, it looks like the Legion had already crossed Hoover Dam at that point. So, which makes sense and doesn't make sense, because they would have crossed it. I know that Caesar wanted Vegas he wanted Vegas, and that the Hoover Dam was his own Rubicon. But I always thought that he was going to take the dam itself as well. I don't think he would just squander it and walk away. That's what I would think, at least. So this would imply that his forces had gotten over the dam. They got into the city and it cut them off and pushed them back. And I don't know if it says it in the screenshot that I took, because I did it ahead of time, because I used my noodle. I think it says it's like 8 or 9 miles. So 8 or 9 miles of legionaries just cut off. Because from Boulder City to Vegas is 35 miles, if I remember correctly. It might be in the picture, might not be. When I was doing my research, I believe that's what I read. So there's not a lot of room when you think of the grand scheme of like the map of Nevada, New Mexico, but like there is a lot of space, and like 35 miles. What's 35 miles when nobody's driven a car in almost 200 years? Except for in Fallout 2, you technically do have a car. You know what I mean. Don't yell at me. There's a Boulder City memorial to pay homage to all of the NCR that were lost in the battle, and I'm going to read a little more on that later because there's something that I've never actually done. I've only ever seen YouTube videos about with a gentleman who goes by the name of Kowalski. Everything in the city outside of the Boulder City train station, the concrete mixing yard, and the Bighorn Saloon was destroyed once the dynamite, the TNT, the explosives were detonated. Boulder City became a source of concrete for the NCR, and they used this concrete to reinforce their troops that went all up and down the Colorado River. Limestone was shipped in from Quarry Junction. I'm pretty sure if you try to cut through Vegas the fast way, not only do you pass the Cazadors, you pass Quarry Junction. So there's a yeah, because I did it when I streamed NCR Chuck. We wanted to get right there, and I got stuck near Quarry Junction with the Deathclaws. Okay, you've played New Vegas, hopefully, because you're listening to this. The Deathclaws at Quarry Junction have kind of put the kibosh on sending the limestone from Quarry Junction to Boulder City. But I think that's a super neat thing to have concrete production in a post-nuclear war type of setting. There's a lot of industry in New Vegas that I feel like kind of goes understated that is very advanced. I don't know how I feel about it exactly because I do like the desolate feeling, but the fact that there's a working dam and concrete facilities, and there's a guy whose like entire job is to make art for Howard Hughes. I feel like a lot of that is super understated in New Vegas. I feel like it's underrated. Even I don't feel like I hear people talking about that. So all of this town collapsing around itself has made a man named Ike the owner and the sole resident in the town. And he just hangs out. I think I've been in the Bighorn Saloon once, and I think I did it on stream when I did NCR Chuck. I'm going to link to NCR Chuck. It should be a little tag somewhere in the top corner. Jimmy Johnson. But that's all I have written for my notes. There's a couple things I'd like to read off of the wiki itself. It's involved in a couple quests. Boulder City Showdown, Ring-a-Ding-Ding, they went that-a-way, Defacing the Humble Stone, which I'm assuming is what I'm about to talk about next, as an unmarked quest. But there's also an unmarked quest called We Must Stop Meeting Like This 3, and I had no clue this was a quest. And it's about how you run into Victor constantly, and I just really like the name of that. So there's a note here, and I want to know, leave a comment on whatever platform you listen or watch on, because I want to know if anybody else has done this. This is on the wiki. It says, notes. If the player character attacks the memorial with any weapon, it will cause Kowalski to confront them. The only way to avoid violence or NCR infamy is to pass a speech check of 30 or flee and then wait 73 hours. By then, Kowalski will have returned to New California. On the other hand, the player character can say, "You're a little bitch, and your brother was so too. Your brother was too," immediately initiating combat with both Kowalski and any of the NCR members nearby. Let's click on Kowalski quick, because I'm never going to talk about him ever again. Oh wow, he has a surprising amount of lore on the wiki. I'm just going to read Kowalski's background. I might even put a picture. I'm probably going to put a picture of Kowalski on here. An enlisted soldier in the ranks of the New California Republic Army, normally stationed at Camp McCarran, Private Kowalski has recently received leave and plans to head home to see his family in California with a caravan, going through the 188 trading post. During a layover at the post, he decided to make his way to Boulder City to pay his respects to his older brother, Donald, at the Boulder City Memorial. His brother sacrificed himself so that the rest of his unit could evacuate some of the wounded during the terminal stages of the First Battle of Hoover Dam. That's about it. Defacing the Humble Stone is his little unmarked side quest, Little John. Yeah. There should be a picture on screen of the sign for Boulder City, and it says the city's motto is Home of the Eagles, seen on the Boulder City train station sign, mirrors the mascot and motto of the real-world Boulder City High School. That's really cool. I wonder what it's like to play these games, like play New Vegas and live in this area. Because, like I've said numerous times, I've been to DC, I've been in the train station, and I felt like I was there. I wonder what that's like. I need to go here. I need to go to the Hoover Dam. I need to go to Vegas. I think I need to buy a suit. I think I need to buy a checkered suit if I go. Can I read? Let's read before we get out of here. Before I end lore, let's read the memorial. There's a picture of it. I know I have a picture of it, so you might be able to read along with me. It says, on this spot in the year 2277, Rangers and soldiers of the New California Republic turned back the forces of Caesar's Legion during the Battle of Hoover Dam. Over 100 men and women gave their lives on Nevada soil to defend local civilians and the principles of the Republic. May this humble stone be an enduring memorial to their valor and sacrifice. And it has the New California Republic bear and another bear with 1 star. And the only bear I know with 1 star is the bear logo, the NCR logo from Fallout 2. Cool. I think that's just about everything. I think that's lore.